The Cold War was heating up. Britain needed a new weapon, a plane that could penetrate Soviet territory, fly under radar, carry nuclear weapons, and return safely, something the world had never seen before. The engineers said they could build it. They were right, but the plane never saw combat. Not because it was lost, not because it crashed, but because someone chose to destroy it. What they built was called the TSR-2, Tactical Strike and Reconnaissance, at a speed of Mach 2. In an era where computers were as big as a room, the TSR-2 carried 4 digital computers inside its fuselage. Its terrain-following radar could read the Earth's surface and automatically keep the plane just above the ground at near-sound speeds without pilot input. Its engine, the Bristol Siddeley Olympus, was so powerful that a developed version later powered the Concorde. It had a range of 1,000 nautical miles. It could take off from runways 600 yards long. It could fly under Soviet radar undetected. Every pilot who ever flew it said the same thing. This was the best plane they had ever touched. September 27, 1964. Roland Beaumont took the XR-219, the first prototype of the TSR-2, into the air for the first time. It flew flawlessly. Testing accelerated. A second prototype joined. February 21, 1965, the TSR-2 broke the speed of sound for the first time. 24 flights. Every return confirmed one thing: the British had built something light years ahead of any aircraft in the world. The Australians evaluated the TSR-2 directly, comparing it to the American F-111. Their own air marshal recommended the TSR-2. It was technically superior in almost every category. 6 weeks later, the British government cancelled it. The official reason: cost overruns. The program, originally estimated at £15 million, had grown to a projected $125 million. The government claimed the American F-111 could do the same job for less. What was missing from the official record was the politics. The Royal Navy lobbied against the TSR-2 for years because they wanted funding for their own aircraft program. Lord Mountbatten worked behind closed doors to undermine the program at every stage. The newly elected Labour government needed budget cuts that looked substantial and dramatic. The TSR-2 was the easiest target available. The replacement? The American F-111K. The order was cancelled 3 years later when American costs soared higher than the TSR-2. Britain got nothing: no TSR-2, no F-111. Only Buccaneers and Phantoms that were far below their intended capabilities. But it wasn't the cancellation that set this story apart from other cancelled aircraft programs. The government ordered its total destruction. Not just the program, not just the funding, everything. Completed airframes were cut with industrial saws. Production jigs, the precision tools that enable aircraft to be built, were destroyed and turned into scrap metal. Design drawings were ordered destroyed. The film footage from the test flights was confiscated. The engineers were ordered to remain silent. The destruction was so thorough that it was physically impossible for any future government to reverse the decision. If the jig was gone, the aircraft would never be built again. Workers stood on the production floor and watched years of their work go under the cutting torch. BAC management wasn't even allowed to inform their staff the government considered the cancellation a budget secret. Some of the film footage survived only because individuals hid it, took it home, stored it for decades. Two airframes survived today's destruction order. XR-219, the only TSR-2 ever to fly, remains at RAF Museum Cosford. XR-222 is at the Imperial War Museum Duxford. Both are incomplete. Both will never fly again. The British aircraft industry never fully recovered from 1965. The engineers scattered. Institutional knowledge retired with them. The country that built the Spitfire and the Lancaster has removed itself from the forefront of military aviation in a single budget announcement. The terrain-following radar technology pioneered by the TSR-2 eventually found its way into aircraft built by other countries. The engines that powered it flew Concorde. Britain received no honors, no capabilities. The book written about this program is entitled The Cancellation of the TSR-2. It's titled The Murder of the TSR-2. Sir Sidney Cam, the designer of the Hurricane, said, "All modern aircraft have 4 dimensions: wingspan, length, height, and politics. With the TSR-2, they succeeded only in the first 3. A plane designed to win the Cold War, this plane never saw combat, not because its enemies defeated it, but because its own government chose to retire it before the world could see what it could truly do." If any of these facts surprised you, drop a comment and let me know which one hit hardest. Hit like, subscribe, and turn on notifications so you don't miss the next deep.